Hi again, it's me, Lilian Raji, Global Communications Advisor, fractional CMO, and founder of the PRadvisor.com. Happy to see you're back for the next class in the series. So excited that you love this course as much as I did making it. Now, just a quick reminder, these YouTube videos here are giving you the fundamentals on influencer marketing, but the real, true breakthrough comes from the additional $3,500 in bonus materials. And you can only get them by registering on the PRadvisor.com website. Registration is completely free and comes with the best part, a 20-minute free call with me to answer all your questions directly about harnessing the power of social media influencers. What are you waiting for? Head over to the PRadvisor.com website now to get your bonuses. See you soon. Welcome back to Harnessing the Power of Social Media Influencers. We last left off looking at the reasons of why you should engage influencer marketing. Now, let's address the first question that always comes up when I speak with companies. So, the question, how can I do this in a minimalist way? So, my dear friends, there are two ways I look at this question. Well, it's going to cost you either time or money. If you're talking about minimalist in the amount of time you spend on influencer marketing, your best bet is to hire someone else to do this because there's no way to make influencer marketing work for you without dedicating a lot of time. Influencer marketing is about building relationships. It requires that investment. Now, if you're talking about money, well, here's the good news. I'm going to teach you in this course how to do this using free resources. We'll discuss these resources throughout the course. Next question. Which of the social media engines ranks the highest in reach for luxury companies? This question comes up a lot, so much so in fact that I did an article for it in my National Jeweler column. When I did my background research for the article, I was surprised to find Facebook virtually worthless in creating organic sales, although incredibly powerful with a paid campaign. Instead, when it comes to the platform that provides the best organic reach, it's Instagram and Pinterest, making it rain. Now, know that Pinterest requires a completely different strategy from Instagram to make it profitable for you. If you're wondering about Twitter or Elon Musk's X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, it's pretty much a non-starter when it comes to generating sales. Now, YouTube has incredible value. When you're looking for influencers, you should definitely make sure you include a few who also have a big presence on YouTube. Video continues to be what people prefer, making TikTok also great for building awareness and a following. But for influencer marketing, Instagram is the queen bee that translates into cash. With Instagram, you can create stories that link out to your website, build a shoppable Instagram feed to capture the wallets of those people and influencers send your way, use the right hashtags to draw organic traffic, run contests, and more. So many ways Instagram can help boost your sales, but we have so little time to go in depth on this. Back to our topic on influencer marketing. The next question I frequently get asked is, how do I find the right influencers? So this is a $1 million question. How do I find the right influencers? A, in my own backyard. B, searching hashtags on Instagram. C, use an influencer marketing agency to tell me who I should work with. Or D, all of the above. If you said D, all of the above, you'd normally be right. But today, during our time together, you are wrong. Why? Because for those who want to do this in a minimalist way, we're going to get this done with the least amount of financial investment to set up. Let's look at C. You can do a Google search and find hundreds of websites that boast thousands of influencer profiles. The most prolific are Hype Auditor, BuzzSumo, and Ninja Outreach. They promise you ease in identifying which influencer will be right for you so that you don't have to do the grueling work of researching and vetting on your own. And as stress relieving as this seems, keep in mind there's no such thing as a free lunch. You will still need to do the grueling work of vetting the candidates yourself, as I've yet to find one website where the influencers they highlight pass my vetting process. Add to this that the services become costly. They're great for providing you contact information for your select influencers, but I'd prefer you save your money for something else. And having said that, I have found one that has free services that have been extremely helpful, reducing the amount of time I spend researching. The website is called Influence, and we'll cover them a little bit later. You'll find their information in today's worksheets. Now, let's look at B, searching hashtags on Instagram. I promise you, this will only lead to your frustration and a slow dance into Crazyland, not to be confused with Candyland, which at least gets you a nice sugar high. The problem with searching hashtags on Instagram is the sheer volume of results you'll get, many of which will already be tied to another company. You'll be clicking through a lot of profiles and slowly start flipping into madness with every profile you view that doesn't come close to fitting your needs. So now we go to A, in your own backyard. First, look at your own Instagram account. Who is following you? Start there because they are already a fan of yours and will make working with them that much easier. If you're a retailer, look at your customers. Check out the Instagram pages of the local social butterflies who shop in your store. Even if they don't already shop with you, check them out anyway. This may be a good way to get them started. Look at your competitors' pages and see who follows them. Check out followers of major influencer celebrities like Beyonce, Rihanna. Um, you can also ask the neighborhood cool kids who they like to follow. A few websites I know like to keep running tabs on the latest and greatest up and coming influencers. A quick Google search will provide you a handful of leads. And finally, you can use a website I mentioned earlier, influence.co's free service to help narrow things down. We'll go into using Influence a bit later in this course. So, as we start identifying potential candidates, what are we looking for? When you found a few influencers you like, you want to start off first with the basics. Who is this person? Like, really, who are they? Go through a couple of posts to get a good sense of who they are. Why did they catch your eye? Did you see something in their post that intrigues you? Did something make you stop and want to scroll more on their page? What did they post about? You definitely want to make sure they don't post controversial things that others can attribute to your company. What are their values? This goes back to really looking at what they post about. Don't just choose someone because they were recommended to you. Do those values align with your own? Now, this is a huge consideration. The world has become much more political, and the last thing you want to do is tie your company to someone whose values don't align with yours or your customers. Do they have relevance to your brand? This is an interesting one. It goes without saying that not all influencers will be right for you. My agency works with luxury watch brands. An influencer reached out to us to see about working with one of our clients. Well, that client's watches start at $30,000, while this influencer's page had only ever shown off fashion items under $500. Needless to say, this was never going to be a match for our client, as the influencer's target audience couldn't afford our client's $30,000 watches. How do they treat their audience? This is an important consideration as it speaks to engagement. Engagement is the single biggest measure of an influencer's worth. We'll talk about that a little bit later. These questions are very important because this person or people that you're vetting will hold a reputation of your company in their hands. So be selective. Your reputation depends on it. Once you've done the surface level vetting, it's now time for the deep dive. We're going to save that for the next class. See you there.